Hello everyone, welcome back to Rice Finance here. Today we're going to go over the CPI and the PPI reports and see how could that be affecting the general stock market. So for those of you who don't know, the Consumer Price Index is an index that people use to judge the inflation based off of the consumer purchasing power, and the PPI is the producing purchasing power for what the inflation kind of reads on the producer level. Let's first dive into the CPI data. So it was actually good news for the markets. It actually was a zero point 0.0 increase on the month over month for inflation. So that means, yes, it looks like as for now, we are kind of paused on the inflation. Now, when you actually dive into the numbers, the majority of that pause looks like it's actually coming from the energy section, sitting at 2.5 deflation for the month. Most of that coming from gasoline and energy commodities. Um, it does look like food increased on a month over month basis of zero point 0.3 on the inflation scale, and then all items less food and energy increased 0.2% as well. So it looks like the majority of this actual inflation was caused due to the gasoline prices kind of decreasing. However, it still is a positive impact, it looks like, for the markets, as everyone knows, and for your wallets, because that means 0% inflation is always good for people's wallets. Um, in the short term, granted, our inflationary um, items with the gas prices going lower. So it's good for you, good for me, because I'm paying less in gas, unless if you've got one of them electric cars that I don't have. So that was the CPI report. Let's go over the PPI report. So the PPI report came in today, and it actually fell as well. So retail sales fell 0.01 in October, but rose modestly when excluding auto sales. So it does look like the majority of this was caused by the actual automotive sales. So it might be a time to start maybe looking into buying a used car, because that seemed to be going down a lot in terms of inflation. However, again, it did fall 0.5% in October from the prior month, showing that on the producer side of things, inflation is slowing down. It appears to be slowing down as well. So let's see how that actually affected the markets. So yesterday with the CPI data, it screamed. One way to actually test the inflation is the bonds, right? The bonds usually kind of indicate the inflation because people use that in terms of the interest rates going up. So the bonds actually screamed upward in the CPI, bounced right back down as soon as the PPI came up. However, this is very bullish for bonds. This news is basically saying, hey, it looks like inflation might be over. It looks like interest rates are going um, down, which would mean an increase in bond prices. So, as you know, the TLT is kind of like trades like a bond um, actual price. So this appears in a bullish pattern, and then it hit the top Bollinger Band. Is why I love these indicators. As you can see, it hits it and bounces right back down to the 50-day moving average, or the moving average 5-day or whatever. And it bounces right off of these indicators. I love these indicators so much. But as you can see that it looks like it's in a bullish pattern. I wouldn't be surprised, because we are so high up on the RSI and we are high screaming on the DMA, like I said before. Maybe some sort of a consolidation pattern that forms. However, this is bullish, especially for the bonds. Now you could actually see the same thing if you probably go into the Qs. See how it's all the way up, hitting that top of the Bollinger Band, bounces right back down on today. But this was a bullish message for the markets today. It's basically saying, hey, inflation is over. Everything's going to be calming down and people can afford to pay their bills. But again, we see it kind of at the top of the RSI index, and the volume's kind of going up, and it's kind of at the top of the indicators. So again, I would possibly expect some sort of a consolidation over the next few days. However, overall, this is very bullish for the markets, and it's looking good for people in terms of gas prices going down. Maybe you could start driving a little bit more. However, I'm not too optimistic. This could take a while to actually pull into actual effect with Jerome Powell. Well, anyway, that's it for now. Thank you guys for stopping by. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm trying this new a new recording system and a new editing software to try and edit my videos. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. Bye.